Hey guys, welcome to the almost last of the Star Trek reviews. This one was, of course, the 10th film, which we thought was going to be great because it dealt with something we didn't think would be brought into the Star Trek universe, and unfortunately, it didn't surpass the curse. It was one of the lowest box office received for a Star Trek film, and I still don't know why. A lot of us have talked about it. We're still trying to figure out what went wrong. To us, nothing went wrong. Though I do know someone said Star Trek's getting old, and I looked at it and I was thinking, well, in that case, Star Wars is getting fucking old. Like, without let's put it this way, without Star Trek, there would be no Star Wars, and without Star Wars, there would be no Star Trek movies, so they both owe each other a favor. And, of course, the 10th film is Star Trek Nemesis, directed by Stuart Baird, who a lot of us know more so for his editing than anything he edited a lot of Richard Donner's movies, like Superman, The Omen, a whole bunch of those. What's his name? John Logan wrote the screenplay. I think he was big on the big name at the time because he had done Gladiator, which was fantastic. In this, like Star Trek 6, had to deal with change. Some of the crew is going off, like Riker and Troy finally got married, and Dr. Crusher is going to Starfleet Medical. Still see our gorgeous ship, and still more cameos. You had, of course, Whoopi Goldberg was back as Guinan. Though I don't know why he didn't get credited, because you actually see him with Will Wheaton as Wesley Crusher, and of course Admiral Janeway from Voyager. I know some people thought that was annoying, and I thought, you know what, it tied in perfectly to when, because that was around the time Voyager had ended its run, so to me that worked perfectly. And this deals with a new race called the Remans, thinking they kind of gone with the Romulans, who were their torturers in a way, but the Remans are a little more dangerous. And they have a new foe called Shinzon, who is played by Tom Hardy. I haven't seen him in anything since this, which is sad because I liked him in this movie. And this is where the freakiness of the movie comes in, is that Shinzon is actually a clone of Captain Picard, because it's that scene where the place they're in to meet Shinzon lights up, and you see Shinzon looking down at them, and then you see the close-up of Captain Picard kind of having this oh my god type look, and then you find out he's a clone. Really good cast in this movie for the villain side. Of course, you have our actor who is basically Lon Chaney Jr., and that's Ron Perlman, who you can almost recognize right away in makeup because he does makeup so much. You can tell it's him even under all that. Yeah, it was a great movie. Another great score by Jerry Goldsmith. Actually, the story was done by John Logan, Rick Berman, and Brent Spiner, who plays Data. So then there was a great fight between Shinzon's ship and the Enterprise, which brought with one of the most memorable scenes. The Enterprise has got a shit-kicking, like the Enterprise, the bridge view screen is basically gone, and as a last resort, they go on impulse power and ram Shinzon's ship. I don't know. I'm tired. And it is a great scene, especially when it happens. you could hear nothing in the theater. Well, it was loud to begin with, but you couldn't hear anything. And when it was over, and there was this pan shot of the Enterprise headfirst into Shinzon's ship, you could hear a fucking pin drop in the theater, because I don't think that was a scene none of us were expecting to see in Star Trek. Yeah. Of course, what this movie has the most heartbreaking scene, which is the death of one of the main characters. I'm not gonna say who, because that's one of the biggest spoilers of the movie. I don't want to give away, because we were told somebody was gonna die, but they did the smart thing and not tell us. But it resulted in me just grabbing hold of my dad and just crying my eyes out. I sobbed like a bitch. I was just so upset. Yeah, it was unfortunate. This was the 10th film, so we were all thinking, of course it's going to be great. And it was met with so-so reviews and basically very poor box office. Its opening weekend was 18 million. Its total domestic gross was 43. I'm still trying to figure that out, because we all thought it would have no chance in hell. Made in Manhattan would have no chance in hell of beating Star Trek, and it did. But when I look back on 2002, there's nothing that was really big against it, except for Made in Manhattan with Jennifer Lopez. So I was a little shocked that Jennifer Lopez actually beat Star Trek. But yeah, I think is it is the most darkest, even darker than First Contact, but it is the most darkest in tone and in story. I don't think a lot of the fans appreciated that, and I did. I liked it that they kind of decided to change a little bit. But it just sad it wasn't a big hit. So it was kind of said that Star Trek's done, though Enterprise was on the air. Though I hate that when people were saying, well, Star Trek is getting very tiresome, and I was like, because that was also the year Episode 2 came out, and I was like thinking, well, because the movie was bad to begin with, that Star Wars was starting to suck as well, and I think that was agreed on a lot of people. So yeah, this is the most underrated of the Star Trek films. Like when I posted your favorite Star Trek films thing on JoBlo, a lot of my fellow schmoes were surprised that I mentioned this high, and I said, well, I liked it. I don't know what people's problem was. So, and then this came out December 13th, 2002, and that was the last Star Trek film we would see in the theater until tonight. So, I know I said the ending of my last video begins, this is the last. Well, it's the last out of these ones. It is the whole series that we know and have grown up watching since 1979. That's done, and I will be doing the review of the new Star Trek film when I get home. Okay, so that's it. I won't be doing or posting another video probably till tomorrow, the next day, because right now I am uploading my reviews of Generations and First Contact. So, that's it. Rate, comment, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.